Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be previewing next Tuesday's meeting here from Fanny Bay, the first Tuesday in November, Melbourne Cup Day. With 6 races on the card and some 48 acceptors, it promises to be a sensational day in the top end, with the Melbourne Cup the focus in Victoria and some top racing in Sydney as well. The weather forecast looks to be an improving one for Tuesday, so fingers crossed for a successful and safe race day. The first of the half dozen is timed to jump at 1:54 p.m, or 24 minutes after the Melbourne Cup is scheduled at 1:30 our time. In the opener, the Top End Racing Awards, they're on the 22nd of November handicap. This is over 1,300 metres, and my numbers are 1, 3 and 4. Number 1 for me, American Jazz. He's coming way back in grade from what he's normally used to. Of course, trained by Gary Clark. Pretty handy galloper on his best form, but he's been disappointing lately, there's no doubt about that. Jared Todd goes back aboard, and I think that could make a difference. His last start effort for 5th was behind Kessler. On that occasion, he led and looked a big chance at the 300, and he tired late, and on the face of it was disappointing. If he's ever going to get back to his best form, and I think he will, this is the day. So number 1 on top for me, American Jazz. Ahead of 3, Ramavi Ruboy, stands Sakos for Chris Pollard. His last start 3rd behind Kessler in that same race was really good. He only got beat 0.2 of a length and hit the line really well. So if you like American Jazz, you've got to have Ramavi Ruboy in the mix. And in for 3rd, number 4, the last start winner, Rebellious Hope, trained by Phil Cole. Wanderson de Villa visits from Queensland. Been good to see Wanderson riding here in Darwin. This horse won at his only start in Darwin on the 19th of October. In fact, she's a mare. She's a mare by Toronado, bought out of the Tried Horse sale earlier this year, and only has to reproduce that effort to be in the mix here. So numbers in the first are 1, 3 and 4. The second's the feature, the BTC Constructions handicap. It's the open handicap on the day, and a field of half a dozen to go around here, and some pretty smart gallopers among them. It's over the 1,300 metres, and my numbers are 4, 3 and 2. Shack Attack has done everything right since coming to the top end, of course, in the Gary Clark stable. Incidentally, I'm tipping Gary to win a handful of races of the 6, so that'll really impress him, I'm sure. Not putting the mockers on him, but I think he'll have a really good day. He's been going great, has Gaz, and I think Shack Attack can take out the feature. Jared Todd in the saddle. Obviously, if Gary has a good day, so should Jared. This horse has won his last 3 here, 2 of those during the Carnival, and then he came back after Carnival with a good win here on the 21st of September. The horse he beat that day was Bond's Pride, and we saw Bond's Pride come out and win here 2 Saturdays ago, or last Saturday rather, on Cox Plate Day. So that's pretty good form around Shack Attack. Number 4 on top for me, ahead of the 2 stablemates. Number 3, Seguso, Aaron Sweeney for Clarkey. 2 good runs his last 2 behind Siakam and Shack Attack. And in for 3rd, number 2, Siakam. He never goes a bad race. Adam Nichols aboard. He won 2 starts back, and then his last start 2nd was behind Bond's Pride just a week back. So I think Clarkey can trifecta race 2, and the numbers are 4, 3 and 2. In the 3rd, the Bet365 maiden plate for the non-winners. Tricky one to sort out, as these maidens normally are, and I settle on 7, 5 and 4. 3 Jacks, number 7, trained by Chris Pollard. Sonia Logan rides this week. She also rode last week when the horse finished 3rd behind Nassau County. That was the horse's first run in Darwin. It had tried to have a start the previous meeting here, but had done a few things wrong. It was a late scratching before going to the start, but certainly showed ability with that performance last week. And in this very even lineup, I've got it on top. To beat number 5, a Rib Tickler. Adam Nichols for Pete Stennett. It was in the same race behind Nassau County the other day. So 2nd up, got beat 5.6 lengths, but I didn't think it was a bad effort, so should be improved by that. And then for 3rd, number 4, King Waldo. He was also in that race behind Nassau County last week. Stan Sakos for Neil Dyer. He led around the home turn and looked like he was going to be a big chance, and he tired late. Should be improved by that. He stopped to finish 4th, but I think down and trip, and with that run under his belt, he has to be right in the mix as well. So numbers in the 3rd are 7, 5 and 4. We go to the 4th, the Trader Bar Sprint. That's over the 1,100 metres for the Class 2 gallopers, not the 0 to anything. It's a Class 2 race, and my numbers here are 1, 3 and 2. Devil's Delight, Jared Todd, Gary Clark, the combination. Last start winner here over this trip of 1100 metres in benchmark 54 grade, so very similar grade here. That was on the 14th of September. Beat She Can Mix It by a narrow margin, but did it well. Should still be improving. This horse only had a couple of runs in Darwin, so I think it can go back to back. Number 1, Devil's Delight. Ahead of 3, Polarising from the Tommy Logan stable. Sonia, It Takes the Mount. Third behind Rebellious Hope last start, so he's second up this campaign. Polarising, so should still be some improvement to come in him. And in for third, number 2, Debating. Ella Clark's 4-year-old. Aaron Sweeney aboard. Aaron's been riding in great form just lately, and he's on again. Fourth last time behind the Smart Style and Grace, also trained by Ella. And I think Debating will fill one of the trifecta placings in this event. So my numbers here are 1, 3 and 2. We go to the 5th. It's the Graham Edwards Memorial. We lost Graham recently, long-time member of the Darwin Turf Club. This race named in his honour, and our thoughts are with his family and friends. Numbers in this event over the 1100 metres for the 0 to 70 gallopers are 2, 1 and 5. Gary Clark again, Jared Todd again. Number 2, Change is Coming. Smart galloper, doesn't always do things right, but was a winner here 2 starts back, and then last time out after leading, tired and was run down by Mr. Have a Chat. That was on the 19th of October. Drops back in trip. That was 1200. I think back to the 1100 probably suits this horse better. He's won twice from 6 starts at the 1100 metre journey, and I've got him on top here. To beat number 1, Storm the Fortress from the Phil Cole stable. Wanderson de Villa aboard. He won at Catherine, this horse, back on the 17th of August. His 2 starts since in Darwin have been less than flattering. He's run last on both occasions, but they were in better company than this, and I think dropping back to this 0 to 70. He did run the 70 last time, but this is an easier field, you'd say, on paper. I've got him in the mix. In for third, number 5, Swing with Junior. Had a freshen up last race at Catherine, trained of course by Chloe Baxter. Aaron Sweeney in the saddle and could sprint well in a fresh state. Numbers in the 5th are 2, 1 and 5. And in the last, it's the Chris Williams handicap. Does such fine jewellery, does Chris Williams and his team. So he is the sponsor of the last. This over the 1600 metres for the 0 to 64 gallopers. Numbers here are 5, 3 and 6. Going here with number 1, Extreme Emotion, to complete what could be a big day for the Clark-Todd combination. He was a winner last time out on the 19th of October in this grade. Rather, he's up in grade here. That was a 0 to 54 last time, so he's up to the 64 here. And he beat I'm a Dreamer, who's a rival again. He did a good job winning that mile last time, went straight to the front. Jared Todd stacked them up and won easily. So I think he can go back to back, even though up in grade. So 5 on top for me. Head of 3, Ankle Rolex, trained by Pat Johnson, and to be ridden by Raymond Viger. Now, Raymond's been out of the saddle for just 2 months short of 4 years, so I'm sure a number of supporters of Raymond will be pleased to see him back. We wish him all the best with a couple of rides on Tuesday. Ankle Rolex was a winner 3 starts back here at the end of August. His last couple of runs, he hasn't had a lot of joy from the barrier, and a few things haven't gone right for him. Back to the 1600 metres, at which he's won over previously. I can see him going a very good race. I've got him in to run second, and then for third, number 6, I'm a Dreamer. Just never goes a bad race. It's run second at its last 4 starts for Tayan Holter. Frustrating for the stable and the punters, but keeps earning a check. Paul Denton in the saddle, and you have to have it certainly in the calculations in the last. Numbers in that last are 5, 3 and 6. Best bet on the day, race 5, number 2, Changes Coming. Small field. He's drawn the outside, but he should go straight to the front, and if he gets no pressure, he should be winning, I would think. Race 5, number 2, Changes Coming, the best. While the best roughie is in race 3, number 2. He's going to win a race one of these days. Go, Barney, go. Race 3, number 2, Go, Barney, go. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk. Of course, Melbourne Cup Day on Tuesday. The race that stops the nation, of course. I was keen on this horse 12 months ago, and he let me down. I'm going to stick with him again. The Willie Mullins trained Vauban. Willie Mullins, great trainer, and I think Vauban will go a far better race in the Melbourne Cup on Tuesdays, around that $7.50, $8 mark at the present time. So until next time, which of course is on the 16th of November, good luck, all the best for Melbourne Cup Day, and good punting.